Hello, good evening. The Gold Coast Commonwealth Games have ended and Team Scotland have won a total of 44 medals, Scotland's second best medal haul of all time. However, the Commonwealth Games Scotland chair has asked Gold Coast organisers why the runner Callum Hawkins did not receive quicker treatment after collapsing twice in the marathon. Rhona McLeod reports.
A mile to go in the men's marathon and Scotland's Callum Hawkins looked set for gold. But the 25-year-old was suffering badly in the searing heat of the day.
Callum is collapsing. They really need to get someone to him quickly.
Hawkins collapsed, then attempted to continue before again crashing to the ground. It was agony to watch as the athlete struggled without any help or medical attention.
My concern, as I say, was his health and well-being, and the fact that he'd fallen twice. And he was quite exposed on that bridge, and it did seem that, the response was probably not as quick as we would have liked.
The Australian Michael Shelley took the lead as Hawkins lay in the roadside, at last with medical attention. The Games organising committee here say that medical staff responded within guidelines, and they also provided medical attention when requested. Hawkins was taken to hospital where he was later reported to be recovering well. Back at the race, his Scotland teammate Robbie Simpson finished in third for the bronze.
I'd heard the leader had just had stopped, and at that time I was thinking, I just hope it's not Callum. To see someone like that, who you respect so much, just lying there on the side, it was awful.
Today was tough for the Scots, but it ended on a high as 6-time medalist Duncan Scott led the team at the closing ceremony. 44 medals and a Games to be proud of. Rhona McLeod, reporting Scotland, Gold Coast.
The First Minister's questioned Theresa May's decision to take part in airstrikes on Syria. Nicola Sturgeon says isolated attacks won't help bring the civil war to an end. Scottish Labour leader Richard Leonard also opposed the action, while Scottish Conservative leader Ruth Davidson backed the strikes. The Prime Minister is due to give a statement to MPs tomorrow about why she approved them without parliamentary backing. Nicola Sturgeon believes MPs must now be allowed to fully debate the way forward.
MPs will be looking at any possible way of seeking to ensure a full parliamentary debate and a vote. We can't change what's happened over the last 48 hours, but it should be possible, in my view, to insist that Parliament is fully involved before any further action is taken. So SNP MPs will be talking to people in other parties and considering all possible steps in that regard.
A shortage of fire engines in Aberdeen has led to cover being provided from Arbroath. The Scottish Fire and Rescue Service says 2 appliances are unavailable in the city today due to unforeseen circumstances. It comes just a fortnight after 4 of Aberdeen's 6 fire engines were unavailable for a short period. The service says the public can be confident cover never drops below a safe level. Football now, and Celtic will take on Motherwell in the Scottish Cup final next month after beating Rangers 4-0 at Hampden. Our senior football reporter Chris McLaughlin was at the game.
It's a familiar sight here at the National Stadium. Celtic celebrating after yet another demolition derby of Rangers. From start to finish, they dominated this match. Australian international Tom Rogic got them on their way just after 20 minutes. He doesn't do average when it comes to goals, and so it was again today. Callum McGregor scored in this fixture last year and he doubled Celtic's lead shortly before the break. Another fine finish as Brendan Rodgers' side threatened to run riot. 4 minutes after the interval, it was game over. Ross McCrory pulled down Dembele. He was sent off and the Frenchman converted with the cheekiest of chips. The fourth also came from the spot this time. Another Frenchman, Olivier Ntcham. That's now 10 Old Firm games unbeaten for Brendan Rodgers and 1 step closer to a double treble. Celtic take their place in the Scottish Cup final next month. Their opponents will be Motherwell.
Weather now with Gillian. Good evening.
Hi Laura, good evening to you. Most of us saw some sunshine again today. The north and east saw the best of it. A cracking shot of St Andrews from one of our weather watchers. We've had cloud steadily increasing from the southwest. It's been producing some outbreaks of showery rain and that will continue tonight. Cloud creeping northward, so some clear spells at first for the North Highlands, Lewis, Orkney. Then comes that cloud and overnight we'll see outbreaks of showery rain working their way northwards. It'll become quite breezy towards the west coast, distinctly mild on the west coast coast too, and actually not a terribly cold night anywhere. But we start tomorrow with a good deal of cloud and some bits and pieces of rain. Most of that will die away through the morning, and you can see come the afternoon, skies brightening quite nicely, some decent spells of sunshine. Shetland hanging on to cloudier conditions, and towards the end of the day we'll start to see some rain just edging into Kintyre and Galloway on a strengthening southeasterly breeze, and that breeze becomes quite a feature as we head overnight into Tuesday, thanks to low pressure spinning out to the west of us and this weather front, which will bring some outbreaks of quite heavy rain across the country. So wet and windy for a spell on Tuesday, although the rain does tend to become lighter and patchier as the day goes on, some sunshine developing, and it's settling down and warming up on Wednesday and Thursday. That's the forecast. Laura.
Gillian, thank you. And we're both back tonight at 10:20. Hope you can join us then. Bye-bye for now.